Meet Brenda. Same salary as last year. Same matatu route. Same sukuma and unga every single week. And somehow, by the 20th of the month, she's broke. Brenda isn't careless. Brenda isn't bad at budgeting. Brenda is being quietly squeezed by something that has nothing to do with her M-Pesa statement, and everything to do with a single number most Kenyans have never actually looked at. That number is diesel. I know, diesel sounds boring. It sounds like the most boring possible answer to why is my life expensive right now? But stay with me, because this is the duct tape holding your entire monthly budget together. And right now, that duct tape is peeling fast. Here's what actually happened. In just 1 month, diesel prices in Kenya jumped over 18%. Not over a year, in 30 days. Kerosene jumped even faster, over 25% in that same single month. And petrol climbed too, just slightly less dramatically. Now here's why that matters more than almost anything else in your budget. Diesel doesn't just power your car, if you even have one. Diesel powers the matatu that gets you to work. Diesel powers the lorry that brings unga, sukuma, and cooking oil into your local market. Diesel powers the generator backing up the cold storage that keeps your milk from spoiling before it reaches the shelf. If it moves in this country, it probably runs on diesel, which means when diesel goes up, it doesn't just cost you more at one point, it costs you more at every single point between the farm and your plate. And that's exactly what's been happening. Transport costs in Kenya have risen over 16% in the past year alone. Matatu fares are climbing. Food prices, which already eat up the biggest chunk of the average Kenyan household budget, are rising too. So, when Brenda says her salary doesn't stretch like it used to, she's not imagining it. She's not bad with money. The money itself is doing less work than it did 12 months ago because the cost of simply moving things from one place to another has quietly exploded underneath her. This is the part nobody tells you. Inflation doesn't attack your bank balance directly. It attacks the cost of getting things to you. And transport is the most boring, least talked about link in that entire chain, which is exactly why almost nobody blames it. But here's where this gets interesting, because the math problem isn't even the whole story. There's a psychological trap hiding inside all of this too. When your money buys less without your spending habits changing, your brain doesn't register the system shifted. Your brain registers, I failed. That's a dangerous switch to flip, because the moment you believe being broke is a personal character flaw instead of a structural squeeze, you stop looking for system-level fixes and start spiraling into shame-driven decisions, skipping savings entirely, avoiding your M-Pesa statement because looking at it feels bad, or chasing quick-win schemes because slow and steady suddenly feels pointless. Let me put it this way. Imagine you're trying to walk up an escalator that's moving down faster than you can climb. You're still putting in the steps. You're still doing the work. But you're losing ground anyway, and from where you're standing, it just looks like you're bad at walking. That's not a willpower problem. That's a broken escalator. So what do you actually do with this? First, stop blaming your coffee. Skybet and Java lattes make convenient villains because they feel like something you can control. But cutting a 500 shilling treat isn't going to offset an 18% jump in the cost of literally moving food across the country. Going after the wrong target just makes you feel guilty without fixing anything. Second, build in a transport and food buffer before you build anything else. If the categories driving inflation right now are food, transport, and housing, your budget needs to flex there first, not in the categories you feel most guilty about. Third, separate the math problem from the shame spiral. You can hold both truths at once. Yes, prices are genuinely higher right now through no fault of your own, and yes, you still have some control over how you respond to that. Holding only the first truth makes you feel powerless. Holding only the second makes you feel like a failure. You need both. Here's the one thing I want you to take from this video. The next time your money feels like it's not stretching the way it used to, don't immediately ask, "What did I do wrong?" Ask, "What changed in the system?" Most of the time, you'll find the answer isn't sitting in your spending habits. It's sitting in a diesel price you never even looked at. And if you want to actually see where your money is leaking, not guess, see it, that's exactly what we're building out next on this channel.